I got a phone call with the big boss last night about this whole channel shit.
I had a dream that I was eavesdropping on that phone call. Now that I think of it,
Okay, what happened?
he was very belligerent.
That's what happened. I called him. He was like, "Ah!" I'm like, "Scott,
Yeah,
ah!"
that's funny.
Screaming for the first 10 minutes. I couldn't get a word out of him. Didn't know what he was talking about.
My dream, you were talking to
He did say I was the best at one point, though.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ah, you're the best. Ah.
So what's the
You're gonna get a
takeaway?
big raise. Ah. He didn't say any of that. He did say that he completely understands the argument with the morning thing on how we're both in this time slot that is not actually the correct time slot for radio. So he completely understands that Jim and Sam need to move an hour earlier so
Okay.
that we can move an hour earlier. And then I was like, if they don't, I want to go back to afternoons because, like, I don't understand why they don't want to get off their asses and do a show an hour earlier because I don't want to, but I know that that's what everyone listens to, so
Right.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
But
Trying
if
to
you're just
catch
gonna
people. Trying to catch people in their cars.
right. So if you're just gonna fucking block me from doing primetime West Coast morning drive, then I'll just do the East Coast drive. We'll just go back to where we were, considering that it looks like they're just gonna start pushing the replay out anyway. So. And then the Jude thing is still, it's happening. Whether it happens on our channel or not is another story entirely.
Okay.
I had a discussion as to him versus another person that is already on this channel that is less suitable for this channel, in my opinion, and he disagreed completely. And I was like, okay, you got to pick your battles. And I was like, okay, well, look, I don't know how many times I need to say Jude's awesome, so I'm not going to even say it anymore because I'm done with that. And then he brought up another person that would come to this channel that I think is really good, and I would actually be really happy with that person coming to the channel.
I think I know who you're talking about, and I think I'd be happy about that too.
Yeah, so whether that happens or not is another story entirely, but I believe that that kind of shit would happen. I mean, I feel like the show that he's talking about is in a slot, in a position where it would enjoy coming over here. That slot they're in doesn't make any sense. So really,
Yeah.
the big question is Sam and Jim gonna get up an hour earlier, or am I going back to afternoons? Because
And you did not speak to them.
no, we should just call them now.
Maybe we should wait till we're off air. I don't know.
Why?
I don't know.
Because it's unprofessional.
Yeah, because if you're trying to entice somebody to do something that,
Well, I don't want to entice him. It's like, do you want to do it or do you not want to do it?
if you're trying to get somebody to do something that they're maybe on the fence about doing, maybe you should.
If they're on the fence about it, I'm going to afternoons. Because I'm not twisting your, I don't want to be that guy that pushed you to do an hour earlier, because that's every morning you get up, that's my fault. I don't want anything to do with that. And
Well,
if
that's
that's
true.
their argument,
Yeah.
then I respectfully go back to afternoons. I don't know. Like, what is this time slot? This is a big plan, Like, Opie was probably going to leave, and then we were going to do the morning time slot because he blocked Jim and Sam from moving forward.
Because it was in his contract that he had a replay that ran at certain hours, and that his replay took him up till 8 a.m. Eastern, 5 a.m. Pacific, which is why that's when Jim and Sam started, which is why this is when we start.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, because we were 7 to 10 like we should be.
We were, yes.
And then we moved back because we were told that's what Sam and Jim have to do.
Right. Right.
So in a perfect world, we would be 7 to 10 in the morning, and then the replay would be 12 to 3 in the afternoon.
Yeah, what of an afternoon replay?
Well, the afternoon replay rides on Sam and Jim. Like, the discussion is, we're on in the morning if they do the morning show, and then we get the afternoon replay.
Wait, say that again?
We're on an hour earlier than we are now,
Mm-hmm.
and then our replay would air in the afternoon, East Coast drive.
But if we start an hour later, then there's no time for our replay?
What? An hour earlier?
If we start an hour later, then if we stay at the hour that we're at now.
Oh, if we stay the hour, we're not. But that's the thing. If we stay an hour, we're not staying here.
Okay, I got you right.
Yeah.
All right. So then, if we go to afternoons, would there be a morning replay somewhere?
I don't know about that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, more than likely, I would say nah. Just if I had to, worst case scenario, that's usually what I would go to.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Mm-hmm.
just fucking afternoon Jason Ellis show.
Yeah.
Suck a dick, everybody. Like there's a choice. I mean, really, dude, you and I should think about, if they really do just erase this show from having this morning replay or an afternoon replay, let's just do Podly Crew. Let's do it. Like you and I just put it in.
Like every day?
Yep.
I wonder what would happen. I wonder if,
You never know,
Yeah.
I think it just turned into a giant asshole and then we could have options.
Yeah. It's true. I've often wondered about that. I don't know how many people. I honestly don't know how many people download Podly Crew. But if you did 3 a week, would your numbers triple, or would people be like, yeah, I'm kind of good with 1.5 a week or whatever? I don't know the answer. I've wondered.
Yeah, I know we're not like a million download guy.
No,
we're like 500,000 or something like that.
Fuck those cocksuckers.
Yeah, we're not that cool. We're not allowed in the cool group. That's why. The cool guys are like against us. I don't know what we did. Well, I shouldn't say we. I should say me.
Who are the cool guys who are against us?
All the good guys in podcasting are all our friends, and we're not in that group.
Yeah, that's true. But like Brendan Schaub's been on.
Yeah, but he's not allowed. The bubble stays in there, and we're outside of it. I mean, look at the top 10. It's just everybody we know who's in podcasting, who's friends with Joe Rogan.
Who else is it?
Sam Tripoli, everybody. Ari Shafir, all those dudes are all from 1 to 10. Number one podcast.
Well, I got an in with Sam. I got an in with Sam Tripoli, and so do you.
You don't though, because you get blocked from the number one bubble, which is the one that gives Sam Tripoli the ranking.
Oh, you're saying just the fact of them being there keeps us out. You're saying that they won't consort with us?
No, I'm saying that if you don't get connections with the Joe Rogan podcast, you're not gonna get in the top 10.
Oh, okay. I got you.
He is the gatekeeper.
You know what we probably could do is people are doing swap casts now, which makes all the sense in the world.
Yeah.
You guys both have podcasts and you both release it and you share audiences. Like I don't want to make any assumptions, but I would guess that Sam and Ari would be happy to do a swap cast with Punch Drunk and Podly Crew.
I guarantee they wouldn't.
Huh. I'd be surprised.
There's like a lore bubble thing going on.
I don't know. Sam's always been,
he's
ready to come on my show at a moment's notice. I've been on his stuff. I'm doing stand-up with him tonight and Mr. Jim Florentine at the Improv Lab here in Los Angeles.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I feel welcomed by, I think Bert, maybe sometimes, over promises himself.
Yeah.
You ask him and he goes, yeah, I want to do that. But, and I'm so sensitive to this now. Like it is fucking mushrooming. Every fucking person has a podcast, and then every fucking person with a podcast is like, I don't know, who's the most famous person in my phone? I got to get them on my podcast. And so the guys who have some heat are like literally getting 30 times as many interview requests as they did 2 years ago.
Right.
So that's like with Bert, like I would love to have Bert on my show, but like I'm just leaving him alone. Like Bert's done nice stuff for me, and I can just fucking imagine how many text messages he has like, "Hey buddy," and I don't want to be one of those guys,
Yeah, me neither.
But I don't doubt that we're like super cool.
Well, we're cool over here.
Yeah,
that's good enough.
Yeah,
for now.
It's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just take that. That's the plan anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. I got to lose 40 pounds, 45 pounds in 6 weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you're fighting lower?
Yeah, 185.
And what did you do last time?
190.
45 pounds, huh? I'm going to get like a treadmill in here or something?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got to get not sick first.
Oh, that's right.
Because that's what my plan was today. I started my fucking Dolce diet this morning. I was like, man, I do not feel Dolce approved.
Have those walking desks been debunked?
What's a walking desk?
Dude,
Oh,
it's
God.
fun. I would do it though.
Why?
Because I like walking.
Yeah.
Treadmill walking, not the same thing as walking outside. The stuff that I
You're
like.
gonna breathe heavy.
Do you think?
Fuck yeah, you are. I mean, what the fuck's the point of it if you're not breathing heavy?
It also wouldn't work great here because you'd hear the treadmill going on the
well,
mic.
that I will grant you, but I'm talking about walking. I'm
Look,
saying
if you're
that,
typing or doing some stuff on the internet, sure. But if you're doing radio, no.
Yeah, you're probably right.
It's the only thing that this thing doesn't work for. You'd hear that the whole time.
Yeah, I bet you would.
Yeah.
It's not good, man.
What's not good?
Being as sedentary as so many of our jobs. I mean, it just seems like you kind of get one or the other. You have a job that fucking breaks your body, or you have a job that makes you sit around so much that your body kills itself.
Or you don't have a job.
Which is the most deadly option of all, as it turns out.
Okay. I'm just going to call him on speakerphone. Give a shit about being professional. Seems to work pretty good, though.
Hello?
Sam Roberts.
Hey, what's up? You're calling me from your cell phone?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about the professionalism of this thing.
Oh.
I mean, people can hear it, right? If you're listening to the show, you can hear Sam, right? Yeah, well then what the fuck? Anyway.
Yeah, that's good.
Hey, man, how are you?
I'm good.
Hey, man, do you want to move to 7 to 10 East Coast so that we can move 7 to 10 West Coast?
We were talking about it, but we also, I think we want to stay on for...
Wait. Hello?
Come in.
Really? Hang on, I'm going to get somebody to call you.
He might well be still at the SiriusXM building. I would guess he is, which has notoriously poor cell phone service.
Fucking.
It's nearly impossible to talk to people on cell phones.
Can we Skype him?
Oh, I'm sure
it sounds like he doesn't want to. That's what I just call right
I don't want to read too much into what I was hearing the same thing that you were, but I don't want to read too much into that. But I'm guessing that Sam has got a little desk set up over there, and if he does, he's got a landline there. It's a little bit more radio ready.
Fucking Roberts.
I like Sam.
Yeah. It's hard not to like him.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
Yeah. Fuck that other guy, though.
I like the other guy, too. I know.
It doesn't work when you do it with those two, huh?
No, yeah. In
No,
case this
never.
ever gets back to him, the joke is that we've always said when
Whatever,
there's two
they
guys.
make jokes about me all the time. There's one they're in charge or I'm in charge or something.
Oh.
Hey, all right, here we go. Sam.
Hey, man.
Hey. So, anyway, you don't want to move an hour early? What, you don't want to get up an hour earlier to take on the East Coast morning drive? What's your deal?
No, I like waking up at 7. I don't mind starting at 7, but
So do I, but I'm here for the glory. What about you?
well, our glory is the guests that we get in here at 10. They all come in to New York after they do the morning talk shows. So, like 3/4 of the guests that we get are in the 10 o'clock hour.
But nobody's listening.
Well, we re-air. We already on. They air us at 7 now. So we.
What do you mean they air you at 7?
We run. Huh?
What do you mean they air you at 7? He gets a morning replay before they do their show?
No, they're an hour, just from 7 to 8. They air an hour of our show before we go live at 8.
Okay, so you have the entire East Coast morning taken care of.
Yeah, they started that after the day after they fired Opie. They put us on from 7 to 8 as a replay, not as a 1 hour replay.
All right. Well, we're moving back to afternoons because this is bullshit. Like I mean, I moved over here to try and be PrimeTime, and I'm like sitting in this pocket of bullshit for no reason now. Like, I thought you guys were going to move an hour earlier because there was like an Opie deal that you couldn't move. That's why you couldn't move ahead. But if you're staying an hour late to get guests and you get a fucking hour of morning replay before you come on, we're fucked. We fucked ourselves.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. All right, well, then I guess I'm out of that one.
Okay.
All right, well, have fun in the mornings.
All right. Well, so you're going to move in afternoons?
Yeah, I mean, you're giving me no choice. I don't get an hour of replay in the morning for the West Coast guys. It's you guys.
Yeah, we that was what we wanted to do from the beginning. The same way you have a 4-hour shift. So
No, we don't have a 4-hour
like,
shift, dude. We don't. We have a 3-hour shift.
You're on from you are. You're on from 11 to 3.
Nah, bro.
East Coast time. Right? You do 3 hours live and an hour of best of.
No, it's a half an hour best of, and it's only on Faction Talk. It's like a weird best of after it, and the only reason it's a best of is because I'm told I have to get off the air because otherwise the replay on Faction Music gets cut off, which no longer exists.
Oh.
So I don't have an afternoon
anymore?
What's that?
Faction Music doesn't exist anymore?
No, they're taking that away.
Oh, so now you're fucked because this thing that's the reason you had 3 hours. I get it. I get why you're pissed.
Yeah. Well, look, and originally, even if the afternoon replay still existed on Faction Music, I only came over to do this time slot because I was told we were waiting for Opie's deal to end, and then we could move to the proper morning time slot. Because the only reason I'm on in the morning is because I figured everybody in their car is listening.
Right. Of course.
And if I can't get the West Coast morning time slot, well, then the second best time slot is the afternoon East Coast drive. So if you guys have that West Coast morning blocked, then there's no point us getting up in the morning anymore. We're just going to do it in the afternoon.
So you jump on at noon West Coast?
Yeah, I guess so. That or 1.
Yeah, I guess so. 1 is 4 here. Yeah. Yeah, I guess. I mean, unless they can I mean, for me...
Man, you guys really pulled off some shit right there, man. You got a fucking hour of replay of your shit in the morning, and then you come in an hour late for East Coast Drive and go an hour long to get other guests. Like, you run this channel. You got the number one spot.
We run the mornings, East Coast morning.
You have both. You go through both.
You mean because of the 7 to 8 hour?
Yeah, man, because we're on. Yeah, we shouldn't be on at 8. We should be on at 7. That's people driving, man. It's.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I mean, I'm not arguing your point, but it's the same. Like if we were getting guests in here during our East Coast time,
see, I don't understand. Why wouldn't you get morning guests for morning? How do you not get the guests in the morning? You're a morning show. Like it's you and Stern and who the fuck else?
I mean, I agree, but for whatever reason, the Stern guests don't usually come to us until either a day later or, Stern will talk to him for an hour, so he'll do them from like 9 to 10, so we still talk to him from 10 to 11. Or most of the guests do like morning TV in New York, so they do Good Morning America and Today Show and all that stuff. But by the time they're in the Sirius building, most of the guests are in this building from like 10 o'clock in the morning until noon.
Huh.
East Coast time. So that's like the 2-hour block when most of the guests end up coming in here. So at first we were like, yeah, of course we should be on at 7. But then we were like, wait, if we do 7 to 10, it's like we started over the last 9 months thinking about all the guests that we've had and when they've come in. So we were like, whoa, like we can't give up talking to all these people.
Nah. Well, fuck, man. We're talking about years in the planning here, and I should have just called you because that's not what they were telling me. They were telling me they were waiting for you guys were waiting for Opie to move so you could move. And I didn't know you had the other replay too. Like that's what I want to I want to do the afternoon show and then have our hour replay. So we're 4 hours in the. I don't want to. You're going to take this the wrong way, but this is the number one show, and we don't have a good time slot. I didn't have a pick on the time slot, and I'm not pissed at you because I would take whatever they gave me if I was you, but they're not giving me options that make sense for what we're doing.
Are you saying you're the number one show because Like based on what?
I just think it's the biggest show besides Stern in this kind of demographic of stuff. I mean,
I would probably say that based on the audience of the channel, I would consider our show the number one show because
ugh.
all the people on the channel that have been here have been listening to us.
I agree. I think you guys are the biggest. I want out.
So.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the argument. That's what we're doing, right? If you think that, then I agree. I don't want to. I don't want to argue.
I don't.
I just.
Really
you run this channel and you keep it. I want out. Is what I want.
Well, where are you going to go?
I don't know, but I don't. I like. Well, it's not a channel anymore anyway. I mean, you've already got a bunch of dudes that I don't know on the channel without even asking me. So they'll put me wherever they want. I'm under contract. I have no choice. But I'm just being honest. I'm pretty bummed out about it.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with anything you're saying, but it's not. I mean, look, when we
do have one problem.
What?
That I think that this show is the biggest show on Sirius XM besides Howard Stern. You think you're bigger?
Well, obviously, I think my show's
I think you must be right because you got the number one time slot. So fucking. Well, I mean, why wouldn't they have us on in the morning if we were the number one show? So you're probably right.
Like, I'm not offended that you. I hope that you would think that you're. I think that I like your show. That's why I like you. I think you should think. I think me and you and Jim are like the only people left here that think we have big shows. Like everybody else is just kind of whatever about it. So I don't at all have a problem with you saying that, but I would stand up for what I think of our show. But yeah, I mean, I think that I totally get why you're pissed, especially if you're kind of being roped around, being told one thing and then finding out something completely different.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we talked to him and we were just like, hey, we want to. It doesn't make sense for an East Coast listener for there to be any, for a different show to be on from 7 to 8. So we want that, and that's what we were talking about, getting the 7 to 8 hour once Opie left, just because it made sense. But then we also decided, Jim and me, that like we couldn't give up that 10 o'clock because of the guests, and they were like, yeah, that makes sense, and it wasn't an issue unless it's a issue I don't know about because I didn't know you were fighting on the other end. Like it wasn't.
Yeah, it's a fight. It's a fight I barely want too. It's like move an hour early. I don't want to. I'm trying to be PrimeTime fucking Ellis. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get it.
So see ya.
I get it.
I'm gonna go sleep in and work on my podcast because this is a fucking joke. Absolute joke. Anyway, I'll talk to you, dude.
All right, buddy. Let me know if you need to know anything else.
Yeah, no, I got enough info. Thank you. See ya.
All right, dude. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah. All right, well, there's that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to. I mean, sleeping in sounds cool, right? Come Todd, you got to be pumped. I just wonder if it's like all of a sudden now they're like, no, you're just staying here. I'm like, what? What are you all talking about? What are you doing? All of you. What are you doing? What are we doing? Just jerking off for no reason. Like, I would get up in the morning. Why? Like, when I think about all the people, the channel changes, the fucking the people that just got fucked out of an afternoon show for the longest time, and oh no, now we'll just make it. You have to pay extra. Like all the bullshit. Opie fucking piss off this guy, piss off that guy. I didn't do nothing to know that there was never any chance that you were moving to mornings, according to Sam. It's like, what are we doing?
Well, I think they probably just thought that a talk show on a music channel had run its course. And
do you know they've got the afternoon time slot as well? Like the slot that I'm talking about, they have that. So they have the West Coast,
the East Coast
morning, a little bit of the West Coast morning, and the East Coast afternoon. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Well, I think that's that's a conversation for people above us or Sam, because they feel
how finally you're like, well, yeah, there is an argument there. That is weird, isn't it? It is a weird circumstance.
Well, I don't know,
like,
because
just put us on at 4 o'clock in the morning or something. Then this is bullshit, man. I mean, I'm not screaming or anything, but just straight up, this is bullshit. I guess I got to pay more attention to what's going on in the channel, because no fucking body else is. Like, none of you know any of this. It's pretty crazy. We're getting shit on. Hello, I don't know your name. Sorry, it came off. Yeah.
His call dropped too.
Chad, welcome to the show, Chad.
Hey, man. Just thinking your time slot's just perfect, because as soon as Stern's over, then you guys come on.
Well, there's that. Thanks, buddy. I dislike how we are put into a situation where we have to make cases for ourselves, or whatever you want to call it, have arguments with incomplete information. You know, for all I fucking know, we had 10 times as many listeners on Faction Music Afternoons as we have right now. For all I know, we have 10 times more listeners here than we did on Faction Music Afternoon. For all I know, our show is twice as big as Jim and Sam. For all as I know, Jim and Sam are twice as big as us. So we're arguing.
There's a rating thing.
Well, but
the last time they did it, we were way ahead of them.
Okay, well, no, I mean, I am not privy to that information.
Yeah, neither am I. Hey, Darren.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey,
dude, I'm totally with you on this. I don't want to like plant any like more seeds of like doubt about like your time slot, but I mean, I'm on the East Coast and I feel like I have to come up with excuses to get in my car to listen to you guys now.
Yeah, I know.
And I mean, Jim and Sam, their show's great, but I mean, like it almost feels, and you know, this is coming from just like a guy in Ohio, but like. You know, it almost feels like they're trying to, you know, like submarine you and put you in this like middle of the day where nobody's commuting, and you know, it might be great for the West Coast mornings, but you know,
we're not even on in the West Coast mornings. We're not allowed, and we just found out right then from Sam that we have no we're not getting on in the morning.
Right, and you're sandwiched by their show because they get the replay like immediately after.
Yeah. Yeah, look, I
crazy,
think it's awesome that he thinks his show is the biggest show too, but it's just the fucking facts, dude. It's the facts.
Well,
the show's bigger than their show.
I mean, like they're not giving you the hours. You know, I mean, they cut you down. They take an hour away, and then they like sandwich you in between their show. I mean, like I get it. It was the Opie channel, but you know, now I'm with you. I thought you had, you know. This was going to be a movement towards like the Ellis direction.
Yeah, me too. I mean, Faction Talk. Why'd you call it Faction Talk? I really thought I had something to do with it. This is a constant.
What, to like string you along, like jerk you off a little bit, make you feel good? Like,
I don't know, man. I feel like maybe like they brought me over here to like fuck with Opie.
Well, that's certainly happening because, you know, he says in so many words that, you know, other shows on the thing, and like people say so much about the other shows. You know, I hear his callers calling in, and you know, I enjoy your show because you've said it so many times that, like, you know, this is kind of like you and Tully both have said this, like, you know, this is a way to like get away from a lot of stuff. You know, you don't want to tune into a show to just be like all like politics and this weird like conservative or liberal or whatever. You know, it's just like you're having fun, and you know, you hear these other shows and it's like you got these weird biases, and then you got to be like, oh, do I agree with this guy on this or whatever? It's like you guys you're having a good time. You have good content. You I don't know. You just bring so much to the table, and they're just it's almost like they're trying to take viewers away from you by putting in this weird slot for. And again, I'm just on the East Coast, so
yeah,
you know.
Thanks, dude.
I don't know. What to say.
I get it. I get it. One more, and then we'll move on. Jeremy, what's up?
I know. You need to get some kind of fucking industrial pump or something, man. It's like, yeah, but this dude's blocking them.
Hello?
We need to get an industrial pump.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Andrew,
We're stuck in a spot.
I feel this sounds like an executive producer kind of task.
Yeah, I mean,
Putting it on the company. Yep. Ordering it right
an
now.
industrial pump and a microphone for Tully. Hello?
We're
Jeremy?
stuck in a spot. Yeah.
What's up?
I'm stuck on the thruway on a flood in Buffalo. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Anyway.
Anyway, regarding the channel, dude, exactly like your point. I was so fired up last week. Look I bought a 2010 Hyundai Elantra, came with XM radio. I kept XM radio ever since for one reason only. Jason Ellis show on Faction. Like you said, Faction Talk with Jason Ellis. And I tried calling the program director last week, like, who's in charge of the channel? Because I want to light their ass up. 'Cause what they're doing to the channel is fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't recommend trying to contact people behind the scenes because it's not their. Frankly, and I hopefully anybody can understand this. It's not their job. They can't make everybody happy, and everything that they understand that it's like politicians. Everything I do is going to piss people off, but you can't not make decisions because of that. So they honestly they don't care about individuals in that sense.
Hey, Peyton.
What's going on, guys?
Hey.
I'm just confused about a few things. The other guy said it took Scott down to 3 hours, and I this is just a question. I'm not trying to sound attacky or anything. Didn't you want to go down to 3 hours and want to leave Faction Radio, or am I wrong in saying that?
Yeah, you're wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I got offered to. I mean, I really got forced. I got offered to move to Faction Talk, and they said they'd name it Faction Talk, and then everybody would be. I was told that there's no more money if you stay on the music channel. No one's going to get a raise ever again if you don't move over. It'll help everybody if you do that. And then I did that with the promise that there would be an afternoon replay still on Faction Music because I didn't want to fuck over the people that made me. So we did that. And the promise was that when Opie leaves or when his contract is up, he doesn't own that replay in the morning, and then we can go to primetime West Coast morning with an afternoon replay on the channel and then slowly bleed it into what I thought would be like an Ellis channel.
Yeah.
But instead, they add Cavino and Rich and Nick DiPaolo, Opie goes, and now we can't take that morning slot. There is no slot. So now it seems like we're doing a 3-hour show with commercials in the afternoon. You guys get paid more money yet? Nobody.
Does Will have any answers? I mean, or was he just
Will doesn't even work for this shit. Will works.
Yeah.
Will doesn't know anything. Will sees ads for Faction Music disappearing. He doesn't get a phone call.
Yeah. Okay. And just to add, Nick DiPaolo makes me want to rip my radio out of my dash. Y'all
Yeah, he's
did a great
fucking
job.
terrible.
Thanks.
I know.
Have a good day.
Yeah.
All right.
But there's a demographic for that, and that I need to suck on that. Joe.
Yo, man. This whole channel change thing is fucking bullshit, man. Like, you guys getting rid of Faction is just insane. Like, I gotta pay extra more now to listen to you guys.
No, this channel is free now.
Faction Talk are my only presets.
Okay, well, Faction Talk is not a premium channel anymore.
Oh, it's not a premium channel. Well, that's gonna be sweet, but I mean, it's still ridiculous. Because, like the other guy was saying, like, I'm an East Coast guy. I don't even get into my truck until like 6 o'clock, so I get like an hour of you guys in the afternoon. But today I got a day off, so it's not too bad. And then I listen to you on the on demand to finish up the rest of this show. Now you guys are doing commercials and all. You lost an hour moving to the talk channel, and you're doing commercials, which is like another 30 minutes off your show. It's crazy how much like content's lost. I mean, it's a great show, but like,
I think there's more content in a week now than there's ever been. So I think you might be wrong there.
Well, right. I mean, we used to play music. We didn't talk for 3 or 4 hours straight.
Yeah, my music breaks were like 12 minutes, and now they're 8.
okay, that's not too bad, I guess.
So it does
It
add
just
up.
feels longer because I'm not as interested in the off time, I guess.
Yeah. Hey, man,
No, I agree. Who wouldn't rather listen to music than commercials? People
think
don't tune
it's-
into radio for the
it's so much better of an idea than what we had for a while there, was just playing a song in between breaks. Nobody was doing that. It was the only talk show that didn't actually have a commercial.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I mean, like, I can't really complain, though. I mean, if it gets you guys paid, it gets you guys paid. That's awesome. More for you guys. I mean, I've been in it since you pretty much started in 07, 06, so, more power to you as far as that goes.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see.
All right. Just
All right.
want to say good luck, man.
Thanks, Ed.
Take it easy.
Yeah. Man, we need to band together. No, we don't.
There will be no banding.
I know. It's nobody cares. Yeah. Sean.
Is it me?
Yeah, Sean.
Oh, hi. Sorry. I was just curious. I'm a long-time listener. I've been listening to you back in Mayhem Mondays. And I'm just curious, what was happening with Will if he's the CEO of Faction and, they're just kind of getting rid of Faction?
Well, he runs.
That's very bad CEO-ship.
Hey, how come you fired yourself, Will?
I just didn't like me.
Just felt like I wasn't performing up to the standards that my channel demanded.
Wow.
Yeah, well, honestly,
Yeah,
though, Will, come in and tell this guy what your deal is. We're worried about you.
No, I'm good.
No, Will's scared to come in and talk about it because he doesn't want to get fired talking about things that they're firing him from without telling him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a touchy world that we live in. So yeah,
well, I'm a truck driver, so I listen to you guys all the time. And,
we'll be around somewhere.
I'm gonna, somewhere. All right, I'm just wondering.
All right, later, bro. All right, I'm officially depressed, so we'll take a break.
It's gonna be a great show, though.
It's gonna be though. Stay around, maybe. Hey, how's it going? My name's Jason. Shit, and I was like, you know what? I feel like shit, and I don't want to deal with this shit. So then I called a bunch of people to figure out what's really going on, and it's being taken care of. But we're being fucked over, and we're being lied to, and someone's getting to the bottom of it, and we will see who is number one and who is telling the truth and who is not. Because from what I hear, that was not the truth. But I don't want to state any facts until I have the absolute facts in front of me.
Of course.
But it looks like we might be going back to the afternoons.
Okay.
But that's not in stone. But I was just trying to explain. I'm like, look, we're getting up early here. We're making cranky cumtards over here for no reason. He has not been compensated in any way. He does extra jobs for the Tully show and the Love and Hate show that will probably never happen again because she's now a successful movie star again. But there's a lot more work that everyone's putting into this show, and there's a lot of stuff that we personally have sucked up to fill the gap that we feel that we have left from anything that has happened to Faction listeners. I mean, the amount of actual content that we do talking on the microphone, it is way more than it used to be when we were on afternoons on Faction Music. So there's a lot, and I feel like a lot of us, myself and Michael mostly, have really stepped up because we took it upon ourselves to do that before the fans, because we know why we're here, and it really does. I'm an emotional guy. I'm very Tito Ortiz of radio, like I when everyone else gets bummed out, I get bummed out for them. And I know that Will and everybody will tell me not to look at it, but I'm probably more pissed off than the person that wanted to listen in the afternoon and we moved to the morning and then they had to pay extra to get us to find out that now that it's a free channel to, I know who those people are. And that, I've had discussions where I got really heated about, you realize doing this is not cool, man. Like that makes me look bad. I don't wish to be a part of this, but I have done it for the common good. And when the common good is, we're number one, and that I'm like, okay, something's not working out here. Like somebody's not telling somebody what the facts are. And even if the facts, I don't care. Even if they are number one,
just put us in a. I'm not going to break my back for no reason. Like, let's just go back to the afternoon, wake up when we want, hang out with the kids in the morning.
Oh yeah, I definitely do not spend enough time with my child.
Okay, well maybe look.
I might not tell them. I might not tell them that we're not doing a morning show.
This is fair. I understand the pocket that you're in. They get a little older. They're really fun, and then they don't want to know you, dude. Like, I can't believe I'm saying this, but enjoy these painful moments that you have where he just wants to cling to you because they just fucking they get alive.
Yeah, we're getting into the why is the sky blue kind of range, which I always thought I would enjoy more than I